Oh, you're back. Straight traveling. How are you gonna go on big Netflix, international, worldwide, you know? Oh. And basically be like, I'm not, if that was me, I'm not physically attracted to Nate. And these people are stressing me out. I was letting these people stress me out. I don't know why. Come vibe with a queen. Hey everyone, welcome back to Sip and Vibing with your girl, Queen Nay. How's everyone doing? I trust and hope you have had a blessed week so far. And for those of you who may not be doing too well, I pray that you have a better week moving forward. So guys, today I will be doing part 2 to my review of the Ultimatum Queer Love. So in part 1, I kind of just did just my opinion, what kind of vibe I was getting from each person as an individual, and them coupling up, etc. So yeah, I'm all just gonna speak a little bit about what I thought about the coupling and then the reunion. Oh my days. And speaking of reunion, what was going on? It was so dry. Everyone literally looked like they were forced to be there. Netflix was like, if you don't show up to this reunion, then you're not getting paid. It was so awkward, which is kind of understandable. Anywho, what are you sipping on today? Look at me. Yes, I got a sticker. I've had these. I don't know why I never use them. Okay, cause period. Today I got me a little bit of Tito's, you know. Okay, so before I get into it, you know, as usual, I have to just tell you the drama because nothing in my life ever goes smoothly. So I started recording yesterday. I'll probably insert a clip of it. Did my whole intro, started getting into it. I've got this new camera. Yay! Forgot to mention, guys, sorry. No, I didn't forget to mention. I mentioned yesterday. So I got my camera. I was like, yes, new camera. Can't wait to use it. I have the GoPro and I did not know that they were prone to overheating. So it literally overheated in the middle of my video. I was so pissed. Then I was like, all right, let me let it cool down, start again, try it again to continue where I left off. And it just threw off my whole energy, my whole vibe. So I'm like, I have to do this whole video all over again today. I don't know what, I had only been recording for just under 20 minutes as well, which is annoying. But I hope today it stays on. If not, then this video is never gonna come out. So let's pray for the best. And also pissed because I had my nice little rum punch that I had bought the other day from South Carolina, right? And yeah, I was just excited and I was really into it. So I'm hoping today it doesn't cut out. But yes, we have a brand new camera and I'm so happy, but I don't know if I'm feeling it, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm gonna have to maybe rethink that one. Anywho, let's get the video started. So, okay. I don't even know where to start. The reunion was so crispy. Oh my days. I had high expectations for this reunion. And don't get me wrong, it's understandable because it's probably a little bit awkward. Some people are exes, you know, you've seen the footage and stuff, which probably makes it very awkward. Now you probably got other feelings that you didn't even have before because you hadn't watched it. You know, some people had got together, some people had stayed together and then broken up after filming. And people were just able to not only watch their partner's behaviors but see their own behaviors. So and then you kind of have to sit with someone who was in a relationship with your partner, may have slept with your partner, who your partner kind of had feelings for. So understand that it probably can be a little bit awkward, but yeah, the reunion to me just seemed very intense and it almost seemed like no one wanted to be there, which was kind of crazy. So yeah, cool. All right, so I have to say my favorites, and I might be a little bit biased but my favorite has to be Mal and Lexi as a new couple, right? I just feel like they both had the same intentions in regards to why they were there. Like, one was brought on by their partner and one brought their partner on, and I feel like they just both wanted to improve, not only just improve on themselves and how to be better in their relationships, but also really try and get a feel and understand if they were really ready for that next step. I feel like they kind of gave it their all. There were a little bit of moments where I thought they were going to cross the boundaries, but I think out of love and loyalty for their other halves, they kind of didn't do it, unless they did but didn't show us. But if they did, they didn't do it on camera. Like, they kept the respect levels there, and I just love that for them. Mal is definitely my favorite, and Lexi is my favorite anyway. They're both my favorites. I feel like I might be a little bit biased because Mal is obviously a Virgo. You just can't beat that, okay? And her mum is Jamaican. Yes. So I'm obviously here for my fellow Jamaicans, okay? But I just feel like they were genuinely like good vibes. They're genuinely themselves. And I didn't feel like they were trying too much to like play a game. I feel like they were just trying to get the actual experience, like what they were there for, but kind of enjoy it in the moment and really try to get out of it what they were there for. So me, I prefer genuine people, genuine connection. So for other people, like the people that are like doing the most or like super messy might be someone else's like taste. But for me, I love to just see people who are coming somewhere and can still genuinely... Oh my god, what was that noise? Oh my days. And still genuinely be themselves. Okay. So the whole Yoli and Xander situation, super awkward. I don't know if I'm looking at you, if I'm looking at me. I'm gonna keep looking at both while I figure this camera out, okay? Anyway, so Yoli and Xander, oh my days, that was super intense. It was super intense, but do you know what? I feel like they genuinely started to develop feelings for each other in a moment that can be very lustful. You know, like you're in a new situation with someone, they give you what you've been missing. It's honeymoon period, right? So the beginning is fun, it's fresh. So everything my partner isn't, you are. Do you get what I'm saying? So I feel like they really like got caught up in the moment. I mean, which is understandable. It was bound to happen. You're there to be in a marriage, so why not go all out? But I am going to say that Yoli definitely proved Mal's point, because in the beginning, Mal was like, she was a little bit insecure, which, you know, I kind of touched on that last time about like being insecure, but she was insecure that her girlfriend had a certain type and fell in love too easy. So it was kind of like, you feel like this all the time, make me feel like I'm special. So she proved her point. Like, she proved her point. She proved her insecurities. Like, you went in and I literally thought that her and Xander were going to leave engaged. Like, you couldn't tell me no different. I would have bet my life savings on it at the time. I'm not even going to lie. I was like, these two are going to get married. They're going to get married at the end of the show. Like, I really thought they were going to end up together. That didn't happen. And I remember in the reunion, Mal was kind of like So yeah, in the reunion, Mal was basically saying like, Yoli made her look like a fool. And I'm not gonna lie, she kind of did. Like, you was doing the most, she was creeping behind her back. When they all went up to the meetup, to the bar and stuff, she was like, oh, I'm just gonna go and like, you know, just have like that talk of just, it's the end, and like wrap it up. And they were like holding hands, doing the I love yous, I miss you. I thought they were actually making a deal, like conspiring to be like, we're gonna choose each other in the end. That's what I thought was going on. But you had your partner there looking silly. I feel like you could see that like Mal was genuinely trying to do the work and be everything that Yoli wanted her to be. I think hence why she ended up choosing her. But I feel like with the ultimatum, when your back is against the wall, it's kind of hard to make that genuine decision. Do you know what I mean? Like, if that was me and Mish, I love you. Do you know what I mean? And okay, you want to get married, I don't want to get married. But if you take me on a show where it's like, by the end of the show, you have to be ready to marry me, by the end of it, I'm gonna be ready because I don't want to lose you. Do you know what I mean? I feel like it's kind of a hard position to put people in because they're forced to make that decision because they don't want to lose the person that they're with. They love the person that they're with. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna tell you that I'm ready, and it's good in the beginning because I'm doing all the things you want me to do, but you genuinely have to give that person that time to really be there. Like everything that was getting in the way, you need to give it some time for them to work on those kind of flaws, or do you know what I mean? Just work on those things. So yeah, I feel like it's kind of like an awkward position to put someone in, especially if you genuinely want it. But don't get me wrong, it probably works for some people. Maybe for some others, it's a wake-up call. Like you go there, you're dating other people, and you just realize, I don't want to be with no one but you. Do you get what I'm saying? And or you live with someone, you're like, okay, is this what being married kind of feels like? Or is it just, just that extra step? Or this is what you need? It could be a wake-up call for some others. Like, you could genuinely go there and be like, I don't want no one else but my baby. Or you could go there and really just be like, I don't want to be married, period. Like, now that I'm here for the streets, I want to be for the streets. It is what it is. So yeah, I don't know.
She belongs to the streets.
I just think, I don't know. She fell for Xander really hard, and I kind of felt bad for Xander because she was stepping into her light. She decided to leave her toxic situation alone, which I'm kind of glad that she did, because that girl was not genuinely there for you. She was there for her ego. She only wanted you because now she realized that you wanted someone else, which is kind of weird. Or she may have learned a little bit, but I just feel like she was tired of being taken advantage of, which makes sense. But yeah, I was kind of upset for her because you left your girl for this other girl. She can't lie and say that she didn't leave Vanessa for Yoli. You left Vanessa for Yoli, but Yoli didn't choose you, and you didn't think it was gonna go that way. So that was kind of like a slap in the face. Like, now that I'm watching all the TikToks, like everyone's like, Yoli is secretly the villain. Like, we all thought Vanessa was the villain. Yoli is secretly the villain. I'm like, she's definitely a little bit of the drama.
Is it me? Am I the drama? I don't think I'm the drama. Maybe I am. Am I the villain? I don't think I'm the villain.
I wouldn't say she's the villain, but child, I don't know. Like, it was intense. The queer was queering. Like, it's messy. I was saying you cannot put a bunch of queer women in one room and let that be like the situation, because everyone already knows we be U-hauling after 2 days. Like, so yeah, that was crazy. But I do believe that Yodi kind of took the piss out of Mel, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, that whole, when they was it was super awkward. That must have been so awkward watching it back, because when they were at the bar doing all that canoodling in the corner, I was like, oh, you're back with your ex. Like, you guys are now in a trial marriage. You should not be over there doing that. Like, that's OD. But yeah, it's like I feel like a lot of the people by the end of the show that had made the decisions to be engaged, I feel like they just got engaged because at the time they didn't want to lose their partners. But from the reunion, it just kind of just seemed like everyone went back to their old ways, which was expected. Like, 6 weeks or 8 weeks, whatever it was, to make such a life-changing decision. I don't know. And plus, the way some of the other partners were like too thirsty to be having their vaginas rubbed by someone else, I don't think they're ready. Straight traveling. Straight traveling. So yeah, couple that I felt like were really good for each other in the coupling was definitely Tiff and Sam. They really balanced each other out, like in a sense of when Tiff and Sam first coupled up and got together, I think they kind of had like an argument or a heated discussion, and Tiff was super aggressive. Even I was like, ew, like, this is supposed to be the beginning of our relationship. You shouldn't even be shouting and yelling and screaming at me like that. It was just too aggressive. And Sam she very much just like, she's a little bit more, I wouldn't say laid back, because even if you're laid back doesn't mean that you have to accept crap. But she was very much like, okay, this is a lot. But she seemed like she seems like someone that avoids confrontation. So, you know, she was kind of learning too, you have to speak up. Don't sit there and let no one speak to you like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to accept it. You don't always have to be on the receiving end. Like, you can push back. Sometimes you have to push back. Don't let people walk all over you, especially in a relationship. So I do feel like they balanced each other out in a sense of, it was really two different ends. Like, someone that was like super aggressive and someone that was very calm. And it was like, I need you to reel it in a little bit more, and it's like, I need you to give a little bit more. So yeah, I felt like they learned a lot. And then with Mildred and Ozzy, hey, so just like, I don't know, like Ozzy just had this bad habit of always walking away from the situation. And that's not cool. Like, I don't respect that. If someone is trying to express to you how they feel about something, or like what is bothering them or what is on their mind, you shouldn't always be walking away because you don't want to speak about it. It can't always be in your timing, but it seemed like it was never in her timing. Like, they even showed it on the reunion. They even showed it on the reunion. Like, every time she would just got her bags and walked away, got her bags and walked away. She packed up and left. Like, that would have hurt my feelings. Imagine being in a trial marriage with someone for 3 weeks and that person can't even make it through with you. Ouch. That must hurt. You can't even tolerate me for 3 weeks. Then imagine for the rest of your life. Torture. But it's funny because, like, at first I kind of had like at first I was kind of on I was on Mildred's side. Like, she just wants to speak about how she feels, and I wouldn't appreciate someone walking away from me in a heated moment when I'm trying to tell you what is going on with me. But it's funny because there was a point where I was like, she just wants to express herself, but Misha was like, I don't like women that react like that. I think she was saying that she was a little bit antagonizing. Like, why cause an argument out of nowhere for no reason? And at first I was kind of side-eyeing, like, no, she wants to express herself and she should be able to. But as time went on, you could see that she was a little bit antagonistic. Antagonistic is a word, right? She was, yeah, I felt like she tends to build a mountain out of a molehill. So yeah, I really knew that wasn't gonna last. So I don't know what was going on there. It was such an awkward coupling. I think they kind of probably just got caught up in the moment in the little dating pool thing, and was like, I would love to live with you, but it was a disaster. And I really hope after going through this experience and watching it back, like, Ozzy has seen her behavior and has decided, because her and Sam decided to stay together, so I hope she is working on that part of her to be better, not only for her partner but for herself, because that's not cool. You can't be in a relationship, any type of relationship, whether it's intimate, friendships or whatever, family, friends, partner, it cannot be always one-sided. You cannot always run away from issues, or else they will never be resolved. Like, oh, I don't want to deal with this, oh no, I can't deal with this, oh me, oh me, oh me, oh me. There are two people in this situation. You have to find that balance. Like, you have to find that in between. It's very selfish, and I found it very unattractive. Okay, so I do not know why the universe is against me. I feel like I'm constantly being tested. Sorry about that, guys. I don't even know if the camera decided it's gonna do its whole overheating, switching off thing after 20 minutes. Like, if this is the latest GoPro, why have they not fixed this issue? I don't think I'm gonna keep it. And I don't think I recommend, to be honest, because it's an inconvenience. Ain't no one got time in the middle of their video to be sitting here for a good 20 minutes, half an hour, waiting for it to cool down after 20 minutes. So only God knows how much longer I got left on this. So I'm gonna try and keep it short and sweet, which is annoying because I'm just trying to sip and vibe and give my review on the show. I don't know. Let me see. I got the AC on, hopefully it keeps it cool, but it's feeling hot anyway. Anyway, I don't know where I was, so I'm just gonna move on. Can we just address the elephant in the room? Vanessa and Ray doing adult stuff, and she basically violated the thing. Because you know what? How are you gonna go on big Netflix, international, worldwide, you know? Oh. And basically be like, if that was me, I'm not physically attracted to Nay, I'm not sexually attracted to Nay, like Nay is not my type, I'm not attracted to her in any way whatsoever, we just did what we did. I'd rather you just say, do you know what, we did what we did, we just wasn't thinking, we got caught up in the moment. I can deal with that. I can deal with you saying, it didn't really mean much, but we did what we had to do. But then you had to add the extra burn in my soul. I tell people that I'm not your type, and you're not even attracted to me in any way, like in any way. And the thing is, like their coupling was very, you just have to like, I just already knew that it was just with malicious intent. And I feel like both of them, because they were both given the ultimatum, both of them didn't want to be in the relationships, they didn't want to get married, but I feel like they were just waiting for the time to go by. I feel like Ray already felt like, I'm probably just gonna end up going back with Lexi if I don't fall in love with someone else anyway, for the time being. Because at the end of the reunion, it said after recording the reunion, they decided to go their separate ways, even after they got engaged, whatever, at the end of the show. And then I think Vanessa was just like, yeah, I'm just chill and have fun because I know that Xander doesn't want to be with anyone but me. So you could tell that they were just chilling, waiting for time to go by. And like I said, I understand people are getting caught up. You're here for the experiment, you're trying to do it all, you want to give it your all, right? You did what you did, but then you had to add like the disrespect on top of it. I don't respect that. I was like, excuse me? It was so awkward because Lexi was like, why did you my girlfriend, kind of thing. And it's because she just knew that her girl was a little bit more vulnerable-ish type, and she could tell that Vanessa's a little bit more manipulative. She knew it wasn't gonna go well, so then she was like, on top of it, she was probably pissed because she was like, Lexi and Ray had an agreement to not be giving up the tings anyway, apparently. So for one, you gave up the tings. I would have been pissed if I was Lexi. I would have been pissed if that was me and MJ, because you're giving away my goodies, like when this is not even a legit breakup. Let's not do that. But on top of it, the person that you gave it up to was basically like, it was a smash and pass kind of thing. Like, what? And then it's okay, like, okay, the smash and pass I can kind of deal with, but on top of it, like, you're sitting there saying that you ain't even attracted to her, so you're just letting us know that you just used her for a piece. And you said that on Netflix. Oh my god, sorry, I can't. And you said it on big Netflix. Oh my days. Trifling. I've been telling you guys, trifling. So that was super awkward. And like, obviously at the time when they were filming, Ray didn't know, but she had seen it, so she had avoided her. Like at the reunion, she was saying like they had stayed out of each other's way, she didn't want nothing to do with her, no friendship, no nothing. Like, that was just a wrap. And yeah, you made me look like a fool, like on international TV. That's not cool, Vanessa. That's not cool. So messy. It was messy. It was messy.
Say, man, it was iconic. It was a moment.
Do you know what gets me in this ultimatum stuff? The contradiction. How someone can be mad that someone else is doing something else, but you're still doing it. Or you're mad that someone else is catching feelings, but so are you. Or you're mad that someone is doing and saying this, but you're kind of doing or saying that. Or someone is kind of doing and saying it to you. It's just, I don't know. It's just mind-blowing. I don't know if it's just me. It was mind-blowing. These people are stressing me out. I was letting these people stress me out. I don't know why. So, okay guys, I'm hoping I have a little bit more time left, yeah? I want to skip to the reunion real quick. And just that whole, so basically, no, alright, so maybe I didn't cover it. So, Yoli and Mal decided to get engaged before the end of the show, right? Xander and Vanessa broke up. Tiff and Mildred decided to get engaged. I was like, what? I was not expecting that to happen, but that was explosive at the reunion. Sam and Ozzy got engaged, and which I kind of felt like they would, because I just feel like Sam, like they love each other, but there's just so much work to be done. They're still engaged from what I can see on TikTok, and I think that's how that should be right now. I think they should just be working on fixing those flaws, because you don't want to carry that into something that's supposed to be lifelong. And Lexi and Ray got engaged, but they have broken up now too. Lexi's in a whole like different relationship. But the reunion, it was like, so there was a bit of an explosion between Tiff and Mildred, which is expected. It basically showed an insight to the relationship. They said it from the jump, like they're always breaking up, like every other week, always arguing, always fighting kind of thing. So I was surprised they even decided to get engaged by the end of it. But they did, but that didn't work out. And she basically like touched on the point where she had been physically abusive, but it was like, I did what I did, it is what it is kind of thing. And I'm like, you see, like, no. And then she used to use this whole thing of, oh, like, I'm Latina, like you have to expect that I'm gonna be aggressive. Like, no, if you're an aggressive person, you're an aggressive person, but please, can people stop using their cultures and backgrounds as reasons to be aggressive? That's like, I remember like managers and stuff at my old job used to do that, like, oh, I'm Jamaican, that's why I talk to you like that. You could have been David and Goliath. Like, you are not about to have any type of aggression towards me for no reason. I don't care where you're from. That don't make no sense. Like, you being like aggression doesn't have a ethnic background. You could be from any ethnicity and be aggressive. Just own up to being aggressive, period. But this whole, oh, I'm Latina, I'm aggressive, like, girl, leave that alone. In the past, move forward, just own your shit, period. Do you know what I mean? I don't like that. Anyway, so yeah, I think she had thrown like a baby gate, like a dog gate or something at her head, at Tiff's head. And you know what, yeah, it kind of hurt my feelings, I'm not gonna lie. I was a little bit triggered and I was kind of mad, because they were talking about everything that had exploded after the show had wrapped up, when they were trying to be engaged and whatnot, living together. And Mildred was talking. Tiff is trying to give her side, but she's being like so condescending and manipulative. And Tiff's like, can I speak? And Mildred's like, no, like, just stop talking. Like, every time you talk, it just does something to my ear. And don't get me wrong, like, when you're angry, I get that you can be like that, but I'm like, you're in a full setting, recording of this show. This woman just wants to talk. You're basically mad because she had moved on, or was, you know, linking other girls and was on a dating site after you broke up. And you're mad about that and like holding that against her, but you guys are not together. She's doing her own thing, you're doing your thing, whatever, who cares? Plus you done bust her head and police was called on you. Like, and you sitting there like it's okay. I was like, nah, I'm so glad I'm sorry, I might sound like a hater, but I'm glad they didn't get married. I'm like, that is too much. On top of it, she's trying to talk and say her side too, and you're just cutting her off, brushing her off, But guess what? You did not like when someone else did that to you. When Ozzy was doing that to you, you did not like it. And I fully had your back in that situation. And like Tiff had made a remark of like, you know, like she's just very, just like she's an antagonizer. And Ozzy was like, yeah, like I experienced that in a trial marriage. And I'm not gonna lie, don't get me wrong, there is a lot that we do not see when they are filming these shows. So I can understand that there probably is a lot that we didn't see, and it makes sense. But seeing it progress and then seeing like Mildred's behavior at the reunion, I was like, ew, nobody ain't gonna deal with that. Girl, ain't no one trying to marry you if that is your behavior. Like, she needs to nip that in the bud. It was too much. But yeah, I think out of the whole reunion, that's the only bit that was like really kind of toxic. But we saw it from the jump. They said it from the jump. I don't know, I think everyone was surprised that they stayed together. And I said this in like part one, like when you do have that kind of physical kind of connection aspect to your relationship, it can be dangerous, because when it's time to go, we kind of just use that to stay together. I've been in a situation like that. It's not healthy, and I feel like that's all that it was, kind of thing. But you could see like through recording that, for me personally, Mildred wanted to get married for all the wrong reasons. Like all the reasons that she was given was, and she had been married before, and she had made something like it was like it was for business or something. Like, how you gonna sit on TV and say that? But the thing is, if you want to marry me, how you gonna sit in my face and say that? Side eye. I'll just side eyeing everyone. So even with Mal, don't get me wrong, like I said, she was one of my favorites, but when she came on the show, she was like, yeah, like I'm here to just live my best life. Like, yeah, she wants to get married, but I'm not ready. Like, it is what it is. And then as time was going by, she started to realize, hold on, I'm about to lose my shorty. She was like, I love you, I'm gonna do the best I can. Like, my girl got down on one knee, she proposed. I'm not gonna lie, like we were low-key cracking up. Not low-key, we were cracking up like, what? That is not the energy that you came in with. Like, it was kind of funny, like seeing the energy that everyone came in with and that some left with. Like, yeah, it's kind of sad too. I'm sorry. There were parts where I was like, it's sad that it can be a breakdown in your relationship, but if you had to see it, you know, you had to see it now. It is what it is. But whew, child, trifling. Straight up. But it was good. I can understand why some people may go in there. My heart wouldn't be able to take it, but these girls were all over the place. From what I know, from the reunion, I know that Yoli was single, or I don't know if she had moved on. She did try to link up. I think her and Zonda had like linked up at Coachella, but nothing happened. And then they were planning to like go to Hawaii. It was a little bit messy. Like they were being a little bit quiet about it. Like they don't really want to give much details, but it was like she had got caught out, and Mao didn't even know that had even happened, because Yoli had told her she was cutting off contact. Drama. I can see why people thought Yoli was the villain. I'm like, girl, she was just doing all that. She was just doing a lot. But I can't blame her, because I do feel like it's easy when you're put in that kind of situation. It can be very easy to be conflicted in your feelings and emotions. Like, I remember her making a comment like when her and Mao back together, and she was like, you know, Zander's already got the money and like saving up to have kids, and it's like, is that the only reason we want to be with her? The only reason why you want to get married? Because she has money for IVF? Like, so I get that it's just kind of easy to get caught up in a lot of different things that you are feeling and experiencing, but there's just too much playing with people's emotions, getting involved and playing with people's bodies and stuff, you know. So yeah, anyway, so yeah guys, that was the last part. So basically it was just a short thing on it, plus this camera is giving me hell, so it is what it is. But yeah, so that was the coupling, that was the reunion. Like I said, the reunion was dry. I don't understand, it was crispy. It was like no one wanted to be there, which is kind of crazy. I wasn't surprised with a lot of the outcomes. A lot of the outcomes did not surprise me. Like, I saw it coming. I feel like a lot of people just stay together just because, but I didn't see it going anywhere. But I recommend, it's a good watch. It's a good kind of not psychological, but yeah, it's kind of a good mental, psychological, emotional kind of experiment. And even some of the things that people want and don't want, and just how some of the situations were, it kind of just makes you think about yourself and what it is that it just, what do I want to say, hearing what each person wanted and needed out of a relationship and a marriage can also give you food for thought. So I definitely recommend. It's an interesting watch. Yeah, we've been watching the straight version. Actually, we kind of finished that one too. Explosive. It was good though. It was very interesting, but yeah, it was really good. Anyway, so yes, I recommend that you watch. If you enjoyed my little review, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and if you have been loving the vibe, don't forget to subscribe. Show your girl some love, share with a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. And until next time, send me love and light and positive vibrations your way. Bye.